Alright, yo. Today we're looking at the characters you're going to want to play in the new EU FFF. Pardon my language. FFA game mode. The ones that are just absolutely dominating right now. And just to make this clear, this list isn't going to be in like attainability. So Doom, who's obviously going to be here. We're not accounting for the attainability for GED, even though it's kind of easy. It's just on like pure destructive power, how many points they can rack up. Okay. And this list isn't in order except for number 1, because number 1's easily the best. Starting off at number 5, we have Sonic. Now, normally Sonic is strong, but in FFA, he becomes way more dangerous. Because of one thing. What do you ask? It's ping. It's lag. When the server starts lagging, which happens a lot in FFA, Sonic's ult can drag out way longer than it should. And since his ult builds power the longer it lasts with the Chaos Control burst, it means that extra time gets way more damage, and he's too fast, he attacks too many people. And he's essentially undrainable, except like if you raid your penance. So yeah, lag plus Sonic is like an extremely scary combination. So for number 5 we have Sonic, who basically is just a buffed up version of what he would normally be, if you have ping anyway. Okay, number 4 goes to the EXEs, which is MX and 2011X. These guys are already really strong in team-based game modes. Now, definitely not in ones, but in team-based game modes, these guys can be really good. They can be team wipers. But in FFA, they turn into server wipers. They sit around and like, well, let's use 2011X, right? Because 2011X is the better example. MX is good, but 2011X shines more in FFA. They will sit away from you, spin dash in a group, drive strike a group, one kick a singular person, and then run away. And that's all they do. It's the ult's annoying, and the playstyle was annoying. All they do is run around the map, avoiding fights until they confirm the OP ults, and once they finally get it, they come back and ruin everyone's day. In team modes, the ult drain mechanic can hold them back a bit, but in FFA that weakness barely matters because there's always someone new to target, like an Ichigo, or anything man. So just sneak around, build ult, pop it, wipe half the lobby and repeat, and no one stops them. You can try and stop them, but by the time you realise that they already have ult, you get cooked. By the time that you realise they're getting out, you're cooked. Number 3. David. So, David, there's not too much to say about him, honestly. He's already insane in the main game modes, and FFA really just gives him more victims. His damage is crazy, his cooldowns are strong. Once you pop the ult with Rebecca, it's basically a guaranteed kill. What holds David back is basically he's the best character in the game. I think we should all agree on that. David's the best in the game in 1, 2s and 3s, and basically every game mode. In FFA, the only reason why he's not 1 is because he's outshined in terms of like destructive power and stuff compared to your 1 and 2. And like he's good. The reason why he's so high up is because he's OP, but he doesn't shine out in FFA like the other two do. And the 3 to mention later, subtle foreshadowing. But the funniest part about David in FFA is the how to fly move. If the server's lagging, like Sonic's sort of drag out thing, and you use how to fly, it can just last like 10 seconds. You just floating in the air, dropping down, and it can be used to like fully drain out Ichigo Bankai meter. Well, that's fair and balanced. Obviously, it's a bug though. I think the same thing also applies to Adam Smasher. But basically, between the damage, the ult combo, and the ridiculous mobility, and the second mode, David just thrives in a chaotic mode like FFA. At number 2, we have Ichigo. And honestly, this guy has everything you'd want in a top tier character. High damage, short cooldowns, massive AoE attacks, and of course, another second awakening. In 1v1s and 2v2s, the only thing that really holds Ichigo back is the kill cooldown of 5 seconds. You can't just waste his ult. You wait someone, and then you gotta wait before going again. But in FFA, that limitation's just broken. The limit's broken. The map is always packed with people fighting everywhere, so there's always someone nearby to hit. No matter where you think you're going, there's always someone to hollow blast. There's always someone to... I forgot the moves. Moonfang. So everyone's there, and Ichigo has infinite potential. Once he puts Bankai in a crowded lobby, huge AoEs flying everywhere, and people fucking running left and right. On top of that, if the server is lagging like Sonic, his ult can last even longer, which means he has more time to get Bankai, and more time in Bankai. He's just an unstoppable force. And like I said, we're not accounting for attainability, so while you can cancel Ichigo, you're more than likely not gonna if he has the ping where it drags out a lot. In the right hands, Ichigo just turns the FFA match into a slaughterhouse. And of course, number one, you all know who it is. It's the Aura Farmer. It's the Beyonder. It's Dr. Doom. Doom manages to sneak around the fucking map, farming out while everyone else is busy fighting each other. And then the moment he gets Beyonder, the entire match changes. No one will go for him. Everyone will see him farming suit energy and be like, I'll do it later. He goes in, he fucking spams his little beam in your fights and third parties you until he can get that fucking ult. And then after like 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, like after a few minutes actually, it's really easy to get it. After a few minutes, you hear, it would seem that we're at an impasse. And the whole lobby just knows it's about to go downhill because they get an entire fucking ult bar drained from them. Do you know how hard it is to get ult with like someone like Z Goku without using Kaioken Kamehamehas in groups, or just normal Kaioken in groups? He's a combo character. Building up ult is hard. Once you get ult and you hear impasse, you just know you're fucking cooked. Your entire ult bar is gone. It's so OP, man. I don't mind how OP Goddamn is. I just don't like how easy it is to get, and I think everyone can agree with me on that. Beyonder is just basically a nightmare on nightmare fuel, which gives them insane control over the fight. You spawn in, try the fight, and immediately realise you have nothing to defend yourself with. And then you just end up not spawning in. It turns the whole game into Doom running the lobby while everyone else just tries to survive. And that's exactly why he takes the number 1 spot. Remember when I foreshadowed 3 more people at number 3, David Martinez? Well, now I have a number 0.5, but not a 0. And a number 0.5 is none other than Jinkai. Because who else would it be? This man is an unstoppable force. The true best FFA character. 1000% punch can solo the entire lobby. I shouldn't have to say more, but I will. Beyonder, as we just talked about, is an unstoppable force. You ever heard the phrase with the exception of Saro Gojo, of course? Well, with the exception of Jinkai, of course. Because Jinkai is the only one who can one-shot God Emperor Doom in a base kit. Doom has the time rewind that can essentially drain a full ult, and Jinkai in base can kill him. He can single-handedly become the server admin and wipe God Doom off the face of the map. I've seen this happen before. People say Jinkai sits around and does nothing with his 1 damage punch. People say Jinkai is nothing more than a damage sponge, sitting there on the battlefield charging up his punch. You know what I say he is? I say he's a fucking war hero. Just wait until he unleashes his second arm's true potential. Anyway, that's it for the ranking. I'm sorry I'm stuttering, sorry I'm not that motivated. I did a 10-minute recording and didn't get audio out of it. But I still thank you for watching this far, especially if you did watch the whole 10 minutes. Thank you. I'll see you later.